everybody, Dana here again with more Tuesday tips for leaders of volunteers, and I'm talking today about the 5 rules of improv that help you get buy-in for new initiatives, new projects, anything that you need to persuade someone about. These are really useful tips and tools that not only work in the entertainment industry, but for you every day as a leader of volunteers. And the first one, which you've probably heard before in some of my other videos, is yes and. Start with agreement. Build on what the person that you're talking to finds important, wants to have happen. Yes, and their ideas, and then add on how your idea, your new program, your new initiative, whatever you're proposing, builds on their goals and their ideas. A really great way to use this is to literally say yes and out loud. Most people won't notice that you're doing it, even if you do it a few times in a row. And that really helps get agreement and kind of on the same page right away in the conversation. The second tip from improv for getting buy-in on your projects is to make statements. So yes and here is the statement on how this works, how this will improve the program. So rather than only having questions are a natural part of conversation, but start off with a pretty strong statement of facts or metrics that backs up your case. The third of 5 improv tips is that mistakes are gifts, or you can also think about it as there's no such thing as mistakes, there's just learning opportunity. So rather than getting caught up in the shame-blame game with anyone, let alone in a conversation to persuade people to do something you would like to do with your volunteer engagement or activities or programs, is to acknowledge, okay, maybe something went off the rails before, but here's what we learned from it, and here's how we go forward, having learned from that mistake and turning it into a gift of a learning opportunity and knowledge and experience in how to do something a different way. The fourth tip is about listening and active listening to understand. Most of the time, we as humans speaking to each other, most of the time we are unconsciously waiting to say the thing we want to say, and we're not really listening. So actively listening, even mirroring back some of the exact words or phrases or goals or ideas that the person is saying, along with that yes and tip we started with, but really listening and understanding where this person's coming from, or where they might have doubts, or where they might still need more information to be persuaded. And the fifth tip from improv that helps you get buy-in on your projects is to make it all about the other person. It's not about you. You're bringing an idea or you're proposing something, but really make the conversation about the other person, and that helps them not only trust even more, again, consciously or unconsciously, what you're talking about, but also when you're focusing on them, that can help people realize how closely aligned you might already be, and that they may not need that much persuasion to get from point A to point B to point C in the conclusion of going along and getting on board with what you would like to do in your program. So those are 5 tips from improv on how to get buy-in for any ideas that you have as a leader of volunteers. And we know that every day communication and relationship building is the foundation of the work that we do. I hope you enjoy these Tuesday tips. If so, hit like and subscribe and get alerts to when I have new videos up. And if you have some wisdom to share, I'd love to hear from you and feature you on this channel. So I'll talk to you next time.